My friends, we are live right now, live from New York City, where there's a heat wave, a tropical heat wave. And it's nothing compared to what we've been through in Florida. Excuse me. But I got to tell you something. They're going ape shit, batshit crazy. Well, listen, we're going to get done. I don't know what time Candace is starting her show. It's probably whatever it is. I'll be done before that. Whatever it is. In fact, if anybody knows what it is, I want to get down to business here because I've been going crazy today, walking around. I was actually walking around today. Hope you caught that perambulation. It was nuts. Some of the worst formatted video ever, but I loved it because I was out there talking to you, and I think I'm crazy too. But I'll tell you something right now that's going on here. The world is nuts. And if you had to book it, bug out, take off and leave, do you have a bug out bag? That's a stupid name, but that's what they call it. Do you have one? No. That's why you need this one. When disaster hits, you don't rise to the occasion. You fall back on what you already prepared. Wildfires, floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, blackouts, EMP and grid attacks, riots, disaster. Get it? And when the warning comes, there's no time to search for flashlights or bottled water or first aid supplies while your family waits at the door. That's why My Patriot Supply created the fully stocked bug out bag. You've got to get this. It's a rugged, grab-and-go tactical backpack packed with 60 emergency essentials, including food, water, shelter, fire, starting tools, lighting, first aid, and more. Everything is already packed and ready right out of the box. Keep one in your car, your home, your RV, your office, your cabin, because the emergencies never make appointments. And right now, you can get $100 off plus free shipping for a limited time. So act now. There will be no special invitation in life. Disaster always comes unannounced. Get prepared now. Go to preparewithlionel.com. That's preparewithlionel.com and click the link today. That's right, my friend. Isn't it exciting? By the way, I want to let you know, I just threw this together last minute. I mean, last minute. Because I just felt like talking to you. I don't want to go into big detail. Now, I don't know what time Candace is starting, so let me know. Let me know. Look at this. Oh, in Serbia. All right. They love us in Serbia, Indianapolis. Many comparisons. Big news. Tomorrow I'll be talking live. I'm going to be on with Zach Costello, the man. We're looking at, I think noon. Yeah, noon. Was it noon? Hang on a minute. Or maybe 10. I don't even know. Anyways, tomorrow I'm going to have him live. I like that young man. I like his style. I like his panache. I like it. Panache is a very, very important thing. Everybody should have panache. Do you have panache? I think you should. I think that's tomorrow. We have him at 10 o'clock. So I mean, something different, a little early. And then got the word yesterday, this month, later in the month, I gave you the particular date, Candace Owens right here on the show, live with me. Guaranteed, locked up, live, right here. Okay? You got it? Why? Because she's a doll. That's why. You got a problem with that? Okay? So let me know. I don't know, because, I was trying to say, I don't want to do this too early because I don't want to interrupt this. But she just kind of, springs this stuff on you. And what am I trying to say? Not springs it, but in any event. So anybody, just please let me know. Keep me aware of what's going on. It occurred to me today that as one who has loved mental illness and crazy, artistic crazy, interesting crazy for most of my life, I am seeing stuff right now that is so batshit nutty, and nobody has reacted to it because they are acclimated to it. They are acclimated to it. They're becoming habituated to it. We have in New York City a bunch of people going into Five Guys or whatever it is, trashing the place because the Knicks won. And these folks, black males, well, maybe two, black passels, groups, hordes, cadres, units, pods of black men doing this. Black men. I'm sure there's been white, but in the pictures that we're seeing right now, black, 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 black. Okay, why are you bringing this up? Well, because when Carmelo Anthony, who plunged a knife into the heart of this poor young man, which is just horrid, this man was all they talked about was an all-white jury. An all-white jury. All they talked about was and we got to get to the bottom of this, an all-white jury. Carmelo Anthony files an appeal. This, they say he's penniless after he spent about $900K that they wasted on houses and cars and that sort of thing. And meanwhile, the thing about it, though, is his grandmother's yelling racist, everybody's saying racist this, Austin Metcalf is dead, and I've got to hear this bullshit about how it's race, white. Well, I'm going to talk about that because I guess if that's okay, what is going on here? How is it? Can somebody explain to me when I am merely saying that you killed Austin Metcalf? The jury spoke. And there's a reason, nobody really wants to do this, but there's a reason why maybe we did not have a full black jury, including perhaps maybe some of the statements that were made ahead of time, including not being able to be fair and impartial, whatever. But what I'm tired of and what is nuts is that there is this selective adaptation to race. Let me explain something. I don't care. You don't care. I've been around here. I'm kind of used to the fact that, yeah, black people and white and brown and yellow, we all live together. It's no big deal. I'm not somebody who all of a sudden said, hey, there's black people here. No, I understand this. I am not racist, whereas I believe that somebody a priori, from the beginning, before they've done anything, I am immediately excluding them from consideration or including them into consideration. That's not fair. I'm not doing that. Not. But if a group of people follow a demographic, and if you tell me that it's okay to mention demographics, as in white juries, the white system, okay, then I'm going to give it right back to you. Tell me what's wrong with that. I have no idea. It's nuts. So that's that. People in this country going into stores, tearing it up because your team won and you're happy. 5:45. Now, let me explain something to you. We also have something which I don't understand anymore how this works. Who is your vote for the absolute, this is the, what do you want to call it? Squirrely, nutty, crazy? Okay, this is step one. I'm waking up and say, what? Okay. Laura Loomer, today when we were walking around, Laura Loomer, I think, is number one. She's a little quiet now. Number one, not stranger danger, crazy danger, stalking danger, seriously dangerous, problematic. Seriously, okay? What she said about Candace and her daughter, her child, unbelievable. I mean, this is stalking off the charts crazy. Now, remember, nothing is, I don't think anything's been said to invoke or incur kind of any kind of mandatory confinement or anything like that. I don't think we're at that stage yet. But in terms of batshit crazy, that's there. So that's number one. This is in Candace's orbit. Next, Erica. I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't know. I think it's more stupid. I don't think she knows what she's saying, where she is, what she's about. Don't know. I really, really, really don't know if she knows anything. She's almost like someone who is tranquilized, somebody who has taken an anxiolytic, somebody who is medicated, somebody who's not really, who just says the Lord is great and Jesus, and then makes up stories. I remember when Charlie and I were on the honeymoon and we were in the gym. Yeah, it said the gym. And we were working out. Yeah, I was on the, let me see. Oh, yeah, I was on the elliptical. And he was doing Hindu squats. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And so I think she's a little estatura, a little fondo, a little stonad. You know what I mean? I think that's what a little bit. So that's the second one. Maybe number two. I don't want to hear your vote. Maybe we have a new number two because Laura Loomer, you can't. Larry. Dana Lesh. And what makes it even more interesting is that she doesn't get it. If I told you, yeah, listen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on and I'm going to take, I'm going to go to ChatGPT and I'm going to use the word smite. How many times in the Bible they use the word smite? I'm not even sure what smite means. Most people just smite, but to curse, and I'm going to smite. Ephesians 2:25. He who has not found the Holy Spirit will besmite the Lord of the Jesus. Ephesians do. Number 4:42. He who hath not within the covenant of the Lord shall burn in the lake of fire in the smite. And after a while, you would say, I don't think he knows what the hell he's talking about. I just think he read this for the first time. I think he's actually being blasphemous, thinking he could just come. I've heard people read more impassioned exhortations when reading a manual on how to change a toner cartridge and a printer. And this ditz doesn't understand. Let me also say something. I don't want to get into what somebody looks like. Somebody's getting old. We're all getting old. I don't know. I've got news for you, but we're all getting old. Okay, fine. That ain't what I'm talking about. But if all of a sudden tomorrow I decided to get the worst facelift ever, and I took golden tanner and lacquered my face with it, I believe this. You understand this? You understand this? This is the kind of love. This is the kind of love. Okay? This is the kind of love that is so terrific. This is the kind of love. Right there. Right there. Right there. Thank you. This is the love. This is the love right there. Feel the love. Feel it. See the love? That's love. That's love. I feel it. But if I walked out and I was doing like that, and all of a sudden they said, now get the lacquer out. Get the spray tan. Get it. Get it. Okay, put the spray tan on. Spray it. Okay, you got the spray tan on? Yeah. How do I look? You look like shit. Great. I think people would be able to say, what the hell's the matter with this guy? When I saw the picture of Dana Loesch, I didn't know who she was. I was looking a picture of her to maybe use for like a thumbnail. And I said, where's Dana Loesch? I don't know who this one is. Maybe have the same. I should go blind if I'm lying. I should go blind if I'm lying. I didn't recognize her. I don't know how old these pictures were. I'm not making comments about somebody being old. Please believe me when I tell you this. Believe me, I got news. Sometimes, folks, I hope people are, sometimes getting old is just, oh my God. People just go crazy over that. And I can't blame you, especially if you're a woman. Sorry to say that. Sorry, but it's true. There's so much meanness. There's so much unfairness. If, God forbid, you're older or you're a woman or if you don't look like you're 20 years old. And I find that despicable and deplorable and horrible. So I'm not saying that. But I did not recognize her. Did not recognize her. So I don't know what happened. I don't know how old. I don't know how long she's been around. I have no idea. But all I know is she came out with this business about the widow. And I thought you didn't know it was a joke? You don't know it's a joke? Okay, so she's over there. Okay. So we got Larry Loomer, number one, Dana, number two. This is non-compass mentis. This is kind of out of it. Erica is stonad. She's stupid. She's a dingbat. She's not, I mean, she looks like she's getting mad. She's more like confused. Do you ever notice when somebody sometimes they wake up and you wake up and you go, hey, get up. We gotta go. Hey, why? And they look mean. They're trying to wake up. That's what she looks like. She's like she's waking up. She doesn't know what the hell she's talking. Anyway. Number three is the new one. This Alex Dame. I didn't even know who the hell she was. I never heard of any of these people. Alex Clark and Vance. This woman, I don't even know. Look, I know there's something that I don't understand. Okay. I know that to be a woman and not be married, it's considered tough. I know this. I knew a case where a friend of mine, I said, why did you marry this guy? She said, because I did not want to be single. I said, no. No. Why did you marry him? You could have done, somebody else would have married. No. You see, I can't be single. I said, let me try this again. You act like it's just being married. She said, yeah. I said, well, you see that guy over there? The guy talking to his hand? That lunatic? He's a male. Would he count? No. Would you say to yourself, hey, look, here's my husband. You go, he's a vagrant. He's a homeless. He's crazy. Yeah, but I'm married. No. So why this guy? And I don't understand. I don't understand where it went. I don't get it. Recently there was my high school had their 50th anniversary. The usual suspects show up. But the point is, nobody cares whether anybody's married. It never even comes up. It doesn't even come up. Nobody cares. It's not a male, you know what I mean? It's not a. So this woman marries, or supposes is going to marry Vance, who, okay, look, this guy isn't even, if I told you the people that my Hollywood friends say are gay, that are closeted, some of them, and one in particular, your jaw would drop. You would say, you're kidding me. Say, oh, no. Oh, no. In fact, you know where a lot of closeted folks are, and it's sad. It's sad. Sports. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. I mean, if you're selling, golf clubs or something, and you're talking about men, and I think there's only been like what one NBA person who came out. I think maybe while playing. It's just it will blow your mind. This guy. Did you ever see the? Did you ever see the? There were two episodes. One is Curb Your Enthusiasm, where Larry is going out with this. What's her name? Anna Kastmeyer or whatever. She has a son who all of a sudden is like really flamboyant. So Larry buys him a sewing machine because he talks. It's a great episode. And the mother says, "Why do you think my son's gay?" And he said, "Are you kidding me? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" She's all offended. There was another one too where there was I think it might have been Mad TV, which was very, very good. It might have been Mad TV, where there was where these mobsters, kind of like like the Gambinos or something, and one of them is gay or overt or slips into it. Make a long story short, they look at him like, well, "Are you kidding me? Are you what?" Anyway, ladies, wasn't it a great episode? I don't know which one you're talking about, but how do people not recognize this? How do people not see immediately this? How did this woman go in front of other women and scream, "I got engaged"? And she does this like a hand thing. It's like a salute. "Got engaged." Yeah, she's snarling. So let me stop right there. Tell me where we have not lost our minds, and tell me how these people are coming after Candace Owens, married, husband, normal, children. How does this work? God love Scotland. That's all I'm going to say. Scottish people, my good friend Keemer, Keemer, I can't see. 25. To be great name of a Scotch. God bless the Scots. God bless them. Okay? God bless the Scots. Okay? All right. This is the wildest thing I've ever seen. And I'm crazy because people are saying, one guy says, "Dude." I said, "Don't ever call me dude." Or "Bruh." You call me bruh. And I'm going to grab a fork. And, But people have said to me, "How are you still talking about Canada?" And I get them in comments. I was like, "Do you not know what this is about?" I'm saying, "Why are you talking about Israel? Still, it's the same story." True story. I used to talk to my good friend. I loved him, Colonel McGregor. Haven't talked to him lately because it's the same shit all the time. I mean, I'm serious. It's the same. He's the best. I don't think Trump has any independence. I think Bibi Netanyahu calls the shots. I don't think he knows. You've been saying that forever. For the love of God, man. It's not his fault because nothing is changing. But with Candace, it's about this one and that one. It's intrigue. It's like Dynasty, Falcon Crest, Dallas. It's international. Russia, Putin, It's everything. It is everything. It is something that I've been putting my woozoo on. By the way, went to Costco and got this thing called a woozoo. A little fan. I show it to you. Have you ever seen these things? I don't want to get it. It's too hard. I have to. It's too hard for me to get. But it's a little fan. Different speeds. The greatest thing, I swear to you, the place could be 100 degrees. You turn this thing on, you crank it up, and you got to put a blanket on. It's phenomenal. And if you're really into saving power, if that's your thing, I just like the feel of a fan versus just cold. I like, I don't know why, I just do. I'm funny that way. Anywho, because today they're going crazy because right now it's 92. Oh, they act like it's the end of the world, but it's not. Let me repeat. The Candace Owens story. So last night, a while back, I put the word out and I thought, I said, this is a very nice woman. She's probably absolutely besieged with requests, inundated. So I said, I'll give it a shot. She's a nice person. I like her. We've said something, never talked to her. I got the word yesterday. Yeah, I'll do it. And she said, true to her word, she said, I'm going to be going out of the country. Didn't say where it was. I had no idea. When I come back, I talk to her people. So I'll give you the date and we're going to do it. Okay? We're going to do it. And I'm telling you, and I said to people, I said, do you understand how big this thing is? Do you understand how big this thing is? How big she is? And that's the part where I'm saying, do you understand this? When and I'm not, I don't remember this. I mean, Tucker met with Putin, you know what I mean? But I don't know about it. There's this one picture where she's just swarmed by people. And the women of Russia, the younger women, adore her. They adore America. They speak better English. That's the part that, you see, they don't want you to know what people are like. They don't want you to know what people are like, especially when it comes to the, how do I say this? When it comes to the world. Last night, when Jerry, I despise Taylor, this means called Taylor's Pride. It was a chaw. I remember right out of college we would do chaw, not tobacco, but chaw. It was a plug. It was this big brick. You cut it with a knife and it's anyway. It's called Taylor's Pride. So when I hear Taylor Swift, Swiftie was there. She doesn't know the first thing about basketball. Ben Stiller's a nothing. He's a nobody. He's a nullity. Timothy Chardonnay, whatever the hell his name is. All these people, who cares? So Seinfeld was walking out. And some young person said, hey, Jerry, what do you have to say about, and I'm paraphrasing this, please, you'll see it today. What do you have to say about Palestine? And Jerry Seinfeld laughed like, and again, I'm paraphrasing because I saw this very briefly. Something like, there is no Palestine, or something. You know that trope that Palestine doesn't exist. It never existed. Okay, fine. So when I saw how the news covered this today, they said Jerry Seinfeld smartly responds to this anti-Israel sentiment. And he never mentioned Israel one time. He didn't say anything about Israel. Didn't say anything. He didn't say it. But these tropisms have been so compressed that just bringing up Palestine or asking that Palestine be acknowledged. I mean, this is where we are. Okay, so this is over here. Okay, this is in this framework, this intellectual framework. Candace and Tucker and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Massey and Kent and a tsunami of people are saying this way of thinking is going to be rejected. She was the one, many of the people who came forward and was the strongest. She's huge, whether you like it or not. I was listening today to Judge Napolitano and listening to, I don't know if you've ever heard Mohammed Marandi. He is an Iranian academic. I think he teaches English literature. I believe he was born in the United States, speaks perfect English. He was born here. And they're giving you their version of what happened. And Trump is saying, that's it, we were going to take Carg Island, but you know what? We decided against it because we have just decimated, destroyed all that is Iran. Their navy was not exactly. Anyway, their navy, it's not even an island. Anyway, their navy has been destroyed, their air force. And Morandi and others are saying, no, that's not true. So anyway, these people are living in this world. Do you remember the movie? And it was about, wasn't it about Sachs? Wasn't it about him? The neurologist, where it was Robin Williams and Robert De Niro, where he played, it was called Awakenings or something, and he was, it was his best acting, because he didn't say anything. He just played somebody who was, and they titrated this potion, this elixir, and he brought them out. And they were dancing and playing cards, and nobody could believe what they were seeing. Work with me on this analogy. That is what Candace and other people are saying to a body of the American political, the politique, so to speak, who are living in a frozen sense of delusion of this pre-digested, prefab, kind of a pre-digestive, I can't think about a word, world, and the world is breaking. It's changing drastically. And I want you to listen. This is the most important thing in the world. It's you're looking at, and I've seen this. When I was a kid, and I was just from grade school and then through the middle of high school, but in grade school was the Vietnam War. In the Vietnam War. It was in the Vietnam War. Let me stop something. Say a special. The head behind me, and this is a shout out to my friend Liggy, is just this thing I purchased at Michael's. It's a stupid, I've got I don't know what it is. It was like Halloween. I like this thing. And everybody talks about this thing. It's just this stupid thing. It's not, I don't know, it looks like Bela Lugosi or something. It's no big deal. I've got that here. People say, what is that? I got this thing here. This is neat too. This is a hand. This is a hand that people, this is from an art supply. This is where artists learn how to, you can of course do all kinds of stuff with this, but this is, I think this is great. This is about thumbs and hands and how it works and how you can move. It's no particular reason. That's all that means. That's it. But always, always, always bless the observant. I just want you to know what that means. But when I was a kid, we had the Vietnam War. And I remember at the time getting a POW bracelet. Anybody remember the POW? Remember the POW bracelet? Maybe not. We got this silver bracelet, silver. This is before the rubber things, and it was and it would always break eventually. But I had this. He was a bomber pilot or something. Anyway, he made it back, wrote me a letter, and I had this. It was on every single day. We thought about this. I was just a kid. I was in grade school, and we lived through this. It was in the music. It was in everything that we did. The Smothers Brothers was at the time one of the most progressive, when progressive was a good thing, progressive shows ever. It was wonderful, and it was just terrific, and it was great, and it was fabulous. And we changed the world. We changed the world. It was the most incredible thing that ever happened. For 10 plus years, people said, if you dare to say anything about the Vietnam War, you hated your country. You were un-American. And we said, no, it's wrong. What do you mean it's wrong? You're going to tell those family members, those men who are the POWs, I said, I'm wearing this. I'm honored. I want them to come home. They shouldn't have been there. Vis-a-vis the enemy, vis-a-vis people in Vietnam, we're the enemy. How dare you? I said, we're bombing them. It made sense to me. I was a kid, 10 years old, 11, whatever it was. That's it. And we live in this world right now where the Middle East is looked at kind of the way people looked at Vietnam. The good guys and the bad guys. Candace and others are part of the vanguard. It's changing everything. And not only that, we're changing this stupid left-right paradigm. So if anybody ever says, well, I think this is, you've got a fixation. It's not about her. I am seeing a revolution that's happening. I've seen it in music. Who remembers when hip-hop came about? Do you remember? And I'm not a big hip-hop fan, but it doesn't really matter. Do you remember when it started? Well, actually, the first kind of rap song was like Debbie Harry, and I think Gil Scott-Heron, who was a genius. But do you remember when all of a sudden Sugar Hill Express came, Rapper's Delight? Do you remember that? Wonderful. Someone had a silver bracelet. His name was Steven. And those were so every single day. Think about that. To be young and to be that attuned, thinking about that. And when I got that letter back from this man saying thank you, it's like, wow. So when hip hop came, I said, uh-oh, do you see what's happening? Ah, come on. Bunch of colored kids. This is from the South. I say, well, let me tell you, these colored kids are going to change everything. He goes, are you out of your mind? That is crap. Greg Allman called it, rap is short for crap. I said, you can say whatever you want. I'm not a big fan. That's not the point. You started in an apartment in the Bronx. I can show you where it was. And it exploded. And some people got it, some people didn't. And now it changed everything. It was part of a culture. It was part of a culture. It was inordinate. In Maine, I saw that. And people remember in 1964 when the Beatles appeared on Ed Sullivan, it changed everything. For the very first time, people said, I want to be a musician. I want to play the guitar. I want to write songs. I mean, other people did it. Bob Dylan did that kind of before that, but still, this was this one event. And I saw it. I remember this. And I saw, wow. I remember at the advent of the internet, when we really weren't sure what it was, when it was, at first it was kind of like word processing. It wasn't really the internet yet. Then the modem. The dial-up modem. Do you remember that? And having to go through those sounds. And there you were. And people were on message boards. And it hit me. Remember the first time I used a fax machine. Just a fax machine. It was brand new. I mean, brand new. And I thought, this is it. Everything's changed. This just killed business travel. This killed business travel. I don't have to go and fly someplace. I can just send things back. This is the fax machine. So what I'm saying is, I am pretty adept at seeing how things are changing. When Alex Jones came along, Alex Jones changed everything. Alex Jones introduced for the first time the idea that there were people who were involved in the government who were from dark forces, black hats, not the white hats, not the good guys. And he introduced us to globalism. I mean, it was wow. And then they had to get after him because they had to call him a conspiracy theory. So I just want everyone to be aware of this right now. This is bigger than just some internecine battle about TPUSA and Charlie. This is about showing people that you cannot commit this kind of fraud with this impunity against a group of people and not pay for it dearly. This is enormous. This is bigger than anything else. It's not just about that. Another thing, too, is what you may or may not have realized. Do you remember anybody saying, hey, what time is Tucker going to go live? What time is Tucker going live? What time is so-and-so going live? Hey, what happened? Hey, how come Tucker's not on today? I'm not picking on Tucker, but what I'm saying. Nope. This was like your show of shows or, Ed Sullivan or something. This is appointment. Now think about this. Appointment news in a digital medium. This is, I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now. I know what I'm talking about. And what Trump and the Republicans do not understand is you better be getting these people on your side immediately. You better find out what they're doing and start to change because their attitude is you don't know what the hell you're talking about. And when the president goes on and says that, well, poor Megan, another Mishkina, Megyn Kelly's not. She doesn't mean she wants to be a star anyway. But when Alex and Tucker and Candace are, what do they call them? Not brain dead, but almost dimwits. I thought, you have no idea what you just did. You just showed me you don't know what you're doing. You really don't know what you're doing. I would be there immediately winning you over. I would be there trying to say, you're going to be, and let me tell you something. Massey and Kent, you look at this. Do you remember G. McCarthy? Do you remember McGovern? Remember that? This changed everything. And then Bobby Kennedy came along. That was it. And Bobby Kennedy was going to win until they took care of that. And then Thane Eugene Caesar came in and plugged him full of holes, which Bobby Kennedy has acknowledged. Do you understand this? I understand. I'm going to be out in just a few more minutes. Plenty of time. I just want you to understand something here. This is the most important. I don't if there's something that I like just for the hell of it, I'll kind of tell you. I'll say, look, nobody, this is kind of stupid. I'm a big fan of this, or I'm a fan of such and such. This is bigger than anything anybody can imagine. We are on the precipice of seeing a huge sea change in the way that government is perceived. This left-right nonsense. This is it. And when all is done with the TPUSA and all that stuff, and the Brigitte Macron case, which is going to be completely dismissed, they're going to dismiss that one. Watch what happens, because they're going to say it's not worth it. Let it go, because you're going to bring up stuff. Let me just say something very, very quickly about this. There's one thing that Candace told. You've got people who are sitting back, and to look at them, they may not seem like the most, they're not lawyers or police, or they have no intel, but they can research like you can't believe. And Ms. Macron, you are taking all of her friends, millions, and you're going to say, okay, go out and find every piece of dirt on this woman. Because remember, you wanted this. And you're going to say, make this stop. And Candace is going to say, no, you started this. Because I didn't know, because she doesn't know what the internet, this is a second wave. They're going to bring up stuff. I'm telling you, you're going to find people she knew, people that were there, people that shared a locker room. I'm just saying, you don't know what you've done. You have no earthly idea. None. It is that important and that critical. So that, my friend, so that no one misunderstands me, let me just say to you, this is huge. Now, as I promised to you, I'm going to be out. Ms. Candace is going to be starting very soon. Thank you so much. But listen to me. Remember I said this. Remember. Tell your kids, you can say, there was this guy, and he got it right. He knew it. He saw it. We just saw Candace. Yes, but he saw something. I saw the whole of the moon, as Jennifer Warren would say. And that, of course, is Walter Fagan wrote that story. In any event, thank you. I may be on later. Let me know. Like the video, subscribe. Also, I've got at the front of this, sign up very quickly for the newsletter. Did you do that yet? Did you sign up for the newsletter? Because it went out today, and they are great. They're not hard to understand, but this is on this Carmelo Anthony travesty. In any event, my friends, thank you so much. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to join Ms. Candace as well. Remember, she's going to be joining us maybe a little bit later, towards the end of the month. And so I thank you, okay? I love you. It might be later on. I don't know. I'm in this feisty, weird mood. Until then, my friends, remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Da, da.